Hello everyone and welcome back to CodeStar Technologies. This is one of the best tech YouTube channel, and as you can see in our today's session, I'm going to take you through some of the tools that you normally use as either network engineer, and that's what we're going to learn today. So without wasting time, I would like to start with the first one, and as you can see here, we have got some screws. These are very large screws, these which you can use to either to tighten some stuff or to mount or to unscrew some maybe like PC. Maybe if you want to open a PC that is desktop computer, some of the screws you cannot use the normal small screws. You might need the ones which are kind of longer. So that is it. The other one is I'll get to the next one, which is this one. This one is used by network technicians or network engineers. If you want to strip the cable, like you can see, it has a blade somewhere here like that. So this blade is where you put the cable inside here. Then once you put the cable inside, the next thing is to remove the outer cover. Then you can do the terminating of the cables. Once you arrange the cables, and depending on how you want to terminate them, that is it. The next one, this is a tester, a network tester, which it's used to test whether the cable is well terminated. So if you've terminated your cable, this is the one that you normally use, and you can unplug it like that, because sometimes you can put the cables, if it's a long building, maybe it might be on the third floor and the server is on the ground floor, something like that. So this is the one that you take to the other side, and you plug to the other side, the end that you've terminated, and you can see here, this one is one that you normally go with. And now it normally has got the kind of color, the not colors. It normally displays whether the cables are well terminated here. So it is going to display all that kind of stuff. So this is just a cable tester or something like that, you can call it that way. So it's used to check whether you have terminated your cable very well. Now we have got other screws here. These are tiny screws which we normally use to open we can open like laptops, things like laptops. These are the best. Now you have, this is the handle that you normally put, and it has a kind of can I call it tongue or what? Because in chemistry I used to hear this kind of stuff called tongues. So this one, it like when you want to pick either small screws, you can pick like that, or maybe if you want to place them, this is a tool that you can use to do all those kind of stuff. So this one, you just I know you are familiar, most of you are familiar with. You just need to like pick this one, then you put it at the end like that, and it has a magnet. Now you can see it's now a screw driver which you can open depending on different types of or sizes of the screws that you are going to open, be it small or those kind of stuff. So you can remove it like that, and there is another one here. Let me pick it very well. This one, this is the one that makes it, can be used to make this one longer. If you don't, you connect it like that, so it becomes a little bit longer. And then still this one is magnetic, so what you're going to do is to put this one here like that. Sorry, I'm doing it with my own one hand. Like that, and it's connected. So they are magnetic, so it makes it a little bit longer like that, as you can see. Yeah, something that looks like that. So this one you can use to open laptops and all that kind of stuff. It's a tool that you need to have. So that is it with this one. I've talked about screws. These are screws, these are tester, these are other screws for opening things like laptops and maybe phones. You can also, sometimes phones can be also used to these ones, but there are other set of which you normally use to open a mobile phone, and yeah, it's totally different. Now this, we call it a clamping tool or clamping tool, whichever word that you normally use. Now what happens with this one, once you terminate your cable, you are supposed to put the RJ45. So you normally put this end somewhere like here, like that. So it's gonna look like that, something like that. Don't know whether that is not the RJ45. This should be the end, which is here, like that. So it's gonna enter inside there. Then once it enters inside there, now you have to press it like that. You press down, so it's gonna make these cables now tighten very well so that they can transmit data. So this is a clamping tool, and still you can use to cut the wires here using this blade. You can call it a blade or whichever word you can use. So that is it. I know most of you normally use these ones on daily basis, especially if you are doing some stuff to do with cabling. That is one of the tools that you will have to use. Okay, let's get to the next one. I have earphones here. Then I also have another tool here, which is used together with these cables, and this cable also you can use, and also these ones. So they work together, all these ones. So this one is called a cable tester, not cable tester, tracer. It's used to trace cable. So what happens is that you pick this one depending on the cable that you are using, the cables that you are using. Remember, you normally have a cat 5, cat 6, all those kind of stuff I know you're familiar with. So you normally plug that cable here. Like for example, if I remove this one, yeah, this one now. So I plug it wherever it's supposed to be plugged, this one. So let me do that. Let me do that. So now it's connected like that. So this, while it's connected like that, on the other end, it's like when you are in a building and you want to test to look for the port number. Like sometimes most of the port numbers are not well labeled, the console port numbers that we normally use for Ethernet. So you'll go there and connect that cable, this edge, and you turn it on here. This is the button that is used to turn it on. Once you turn it on, now you will go to the server room where you will find the cables coming in, or somewhere where you are either in a cabinet or somewhere like that, and you will use this tool now. So because the cables, there are too many, you'll be connecting and listening to the earphones. There is what do you call it, these cables. The moment you normally press like that, it will be making some sound, and all those kind of stuff. So you'll be listening, and you will end up tracing where this cable is ending. So that is how it works. And as you can see here, this is the end where you can connect either earphones, so that you can get to listen very well using these earphones. So that is how this tool works. And as I said, it's called a cable tracer. And we have got other number of tools that I will talk about them in a later video, so that you can get to understand how they work. This is the box that had, or that tool called cable tracer or something like that. It's used for finding cable or cable scan and finding the cables where they are ending, because sometimes you'll go to a building, you'll find that the cables have been laid down. That is, the cabling is done, and once the cabling is done, it's very hard for you to trace where the cable is ending or which is the port number. So that, like for example, if it's maybe CCTV or these consoles that you normally use for how do we call them, the Ethernet ports that you normally connect, sockets, all those ones we normally trace using this kind of tool. And as the time goes on this channel, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, click that subscribe button very well, or smash it very hard, because we have got a number of good stuff which is coming on very soon. Things to do with the whole thing of networks, the whole thing of computer maintenance, things like how to configure, how do you call it, there is firewalls, because sometimes we normally have firewalls. Sometimes you might need to have 2 or 3 network providers. How do you do something we call load balancing and all those kind of stuff? So I will try as much as I can, once I get some time to do a video at least to explain the whole thing of that kind of stuff, because these technical stuff, these technical tasks are the ones that normally will give you money, or will bring money to your pocket very easy. So that is it for today. As I said, this is used for clamping. These are the cable tracers. They used to trace cable. These screws, you know them the same way to these screws. These are cable tester, which you just make sure you use it to test whether you have terminated your cable very well. And that's all. Once you are done with that, you are good to go. So it's good, before you go to look for that job, maybe as a network engineer, or maybe this kind of stuff, these are some of the basics that you need to learn how to use these kind of tools, because in most cases when you go for an interview you'll be given all these tools, and my friend, if you don't know how to use them, so it's going to be very, very hard for you to kind of manage to pass that interview. So that is it for today. See you on the next one. Make sure you subscribe, and in case maybe you might need to learn this kind of stuff, very soon we'll be rolling some courses to do with networking, things to do with the CCTV installation, all those kind of stuff. The things to do with I previously did a video to do with the Arduino starter kit, at least for you to know how to do or work on several projects that you might be interested with. So that is it, and see you on the next one.